From the Horst Athletic Center on the campus of Lancaster Bible College in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, this is LBC Women's Basketball. Welcome. Thanks for watching. I'm Pete Stover. LBC Athletics competes in the NCAA Division III and is a member of the Northeastern Athletic Conference, NEAC, and the National Christian College Athletic Association, NCCAA. The LBC Chargers would like to thank these sponsors for their support. Kistler Tiffany Benefits, online at ktbenefits.com. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, on the web at fixbones.com. World Team, online at us.worldteam.org. Lancaster Toyota, let's go places. And Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School, on the web at palcs.org.
Today we have a NEAC semifinal event as the Chargers take on the Morrisville State Mustangs. The Chargers are 22-3 overall and 19-1 in the NEAC and clinch the South Division of the conference. Morrisville brings an overall record of 19-7 to LBC and a conference record of 14-4, the number 2 seed in the North Division of the NEAC. Chargers basketball coming up, semifinal action between LBC's women and the Mustangs of Morrisville State. We'll have that in just a little bit, but first let's hear from head coach Caitlin Vanderhoff.
First of all, congratulations on being selected Coach of the Year and also with the 22-3 record for the year, regular season as well. Quite an accomplishment, and so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a great first year, so definitely have a great team, and they've accomplished a lot so far, but we're looking forward to this weekend.
What is it that you think you may have learned from this year, one or two things that might inform the future as far as the program is concerned?
We've learned a lot through the trials of our season and just how to handle different situations. But what I've learned about this team and how we win our program is that we're never going to give up. And we never gave up through any trials so far. So.
You're looking at an opponent this weekend that actually within the conference that defeated you. In fact, it was the only defeat in the NEAC, and that's Morrisville. Tell us about that first meeting was early on in the season. Tell us about that, the conditions that existed at the time, and what happened, and that just kind of a summary of what took place that day.
Yeah, Morrisville came out ready to go. We were actually up most of the game, and then at the end we just kind of lost it. As I look back over the game, it was more of our defensive effort. We weren't where we are now defensively then, and we allowed a couple of their players to go off and score 27 and 30 on us. So that's definitely something that we look back over and we're like, should have done better, but they played well that day. But I believe that was a big turning point for our season. It really made our players look inward and say, what can I do better to help this team? And it's propelled us since. So.
Yeah, and since then, I don't think there have been any losses, so that definitely worked itself out there. What about this weekend? Let's take Morrisville first. That's the one you have to win to move on. So what are you looking at this time?
Yeah, we just our goal is to come out and just play solid defensively. That's been our goal all season, and we believe that we can really disrupt teams on the defensive end. So that's what we're going to look forward to, just bring a lot of energy defensively and see if we can get out and run.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Coach Caitlin Vanderhoff with us a little bit ago, and appreciate her time. And again, congratulations to her and the team on a fine season. Heading into the semifinal tonight against the Morrisville State Mustangs, coming up in just a little bit here on the campus of Lancaster Bible College. It's the LBC women taking on the Morrisville State Mustangs coming up in just a few minutes here. We'll have some introductory remarks, the prayer prior to the game, and also introduction of players come up from Bob and Michael here in just a few minutes here at Horst. Stay with us.
What defines a hero? Is it the strength of his hands? Or the faith in his heart. Samson.
So we'll go down to the floor in just a few minutes to check in with Bob McMichael. He'll have the introductions of the players coming up in just a second. Let's just take a real quick test and see if we can check in with Josh Beers, who will be calling tonight's game. Josh, you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, beautiful. All right. Sounding good up there.
All
It's starting to fill in a little bit, it looks like, here at Horst.
Should be a lot of fun tonight.
All right. Looking forward to it. We'll get back to you in just a second. Sounding good, though, so far. All right, Josh Beer is going to be with us calling the play-by-play in just a bit. We're less than a minute to go, and we're going to hear from Bob here in just a second, and he'll get us all set up and ready. This is the first of two semifinal games for the women tonight. This is the first of two, and the next one will be around 8 o'clock tonight. There will be a brief ceremony in between the games recognizing players who've had a few accolades this year. We'll check that out here after this game.
Good evening and welcome to Lancaster Bible College for tonight's first NEAC semifinal game at Horst Athletic Center, featuring the Mustangs of Morrisville State College and your LBC Chargers. At this time, would you please rise, remove your hats, join us for a word of prayer to be followed by the singing of the national anthem. Leading us in prayer tonight will be LBC Professor Dr. Doug Finkbeiner, and singing the national anthem will be LBC Senior Mariah Keener, excuse me.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for your many good gifts. We thank you, Lord, for the gift of life, the gift of athletic ability, and most of all for the gift of your beloved Son, who died for us and rose from the grave so we could be forgiven of our sins. Lord, I pray for the young ladies as they play. Father, help them to play hard, keep them safe, and help them to be good testimonies. We pray that you will be glorified. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And now to meet the teams. First, our guests from Morrisville State College. A 5'9" forward from Sherburne, New York, senior number 12, Caitlin Adams. A 5'7" guard from Brewertown, New York, junior number 20, Caitlin Griffin. A 5'1" guard from West Edmiston, New York, junior number 23, Jordan Anderson. And a 5'8" guard from Fort Plain, New York, sophomore number 24, Haley Kilmartin. And a 6'3" center from Unadilla, New York, sophomore number 33, Marissa Woodard. The Mustangs are coached in her first season by head coach Aaron Skaratic and assisted by Liz Unger. And now your LBC Chargers. A 5'5" guard from Fredericksburg, Virginia, senior number 4, Katie Stover. A 6-foot forward from South Berwick, Maine, senior number 5, Aubrey Folger. A 5'7" guard from Mount Airy, Maryland, junior number 11, Kirsten Webster. A 5'3" guard from Wrightsville, Pennsylvania, junior number 33, Chrissy Padell. And a 5'10" forward from Northeast Maryland, senior number 45, Shanice Octavia Smith. The Chargers are coached in her first season by head coach Caitlin Vanderhoff and assisted by Sherry Gorman, Sarah Wilcox, and Stacy Ross, student assistant Caleb Onash. Officials for tonight's game are Ashley Harrison, Joshua Hertz, Paul Cohn Jr., and Walt Connor. Enjoy the game.
So the LBC Chargers have broken their huddle, and they're about to, they're set to jump ball, but Morrisville is taking their time to get to center court. They'll be out shortly as we get this game underway. And with the play-by-play, it's a first here at LBC, well, at least in my recent history. It's Josh Beers calling the play from near the Red Sea section. Josh?
Thank you, Pete. Great to be with you. Looking forward to a great game tonight. Woodard and Folger to jump it up, and we're underway here at the Horst Athletic Center. Tip won by Morrisville. Kilmartin swings it to Anderson. Anderson penetrates, and we've got our first foul of the night. Fouls on number 4.
On the Chargers, number 4,
Katie Stover. That's her first, team first. Neither team comes into tonight with a lot of depth, so foul trouble could be a big issue as the game unfolds tonight. Griffin inbounds the ball to Kilmartin, and Morrisville sets it up top. 20 on the shot clock. Just underway here at the Horst Athletic Center. Nothing. The winner advances to the winner of our second final. Pennell the steal to Smith. Layup good. 2-0 Chargers. Good start for the Chargers early, hoping their defensive pressure can create turnovers and play at their tempo throughout the game. Griffin penetrates inside to Woodard. Off the rim, no good. Follow, and she is fouled. Woodard missed an easy one inside, but she got rewarded with 2 shots. The foul's on Folger, her first. Woodard to shoot 2. Woodard hits 1 of 2, and the lead is cut in half. Pennell pushes early, swings to Stover, right side. Morrisville opens up in a 2-3 zone, high post to Smith, swing it to Pennell for 3, and it drops, 5-1. Pass to Adams, kicks it back out to Anderson. Anderson to Griffin, drives, and she traveled. And half of the crowd called it before the official, but they got it right. Charger basketball, they're off to a good start, coming off of a overtime loss in the regular season to Morrisville. It's important for them to get out to a good start early. Pinnell brings it across the timeline. Webster high post to Smith. Smith 17-footer on the way. Back of the rim. Rebound is controlled. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chargers. Stover to inbounds. Brand new shot clock. 28 to go on it. Morrisville sitting in the 2-3 zone. And they want the shot clock reset to 30. Just underway. 2 minutes in. 5-1 Chargers. Webster to Stover for three. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound by Griffin. She pushes herself. Kilmartin drives, lay it up. Around the rim and off. Shanice Smith clears the board. Pinnell pushes in the open floor. Numbers for the Chargers. Pinnell all the way to the hole. Laid up and good. 7-1. Pinnell knocks it free, but it'll stay with Morrisville. And an early substitution into the game. Charlotte Walker, a freshman, 5'8", from Middle Island, New York, checks in for Woodard. Morrisville pushes it up the floor, sets the offense. Chargers in a man-to-man defense. Walker handles on the right side wing to Anderson, top. Kilmartin. Nothing early on the penetration. Webster knocks it loose, but recovered by Griffin. Griffin penetrates in, and a steal by Folger. Numbers for the Chargers as they push. Stover drives in, pulls up, feeds Folger, layup, no good. And the rebound's controlled by Adams, and she pushes the other way, 2-on-2, but she'll slow it down. And Morrisville Mustangs will set it up. 20 on the shot clock. Air ball thrown up on the side here by Griffin. And just as we watch here, Stover is really tracking inside. Folger gets hammered. Anderson had a huge game the first time against the Chargers, putting up 27 points. And clearly one of the strategies for Coach Vanderhoff is to make sure they take away her offense early. Folger will shoot two. First one's good. 2,000 plus and counting for the NEAC Player of the Year, Aubrey Folger. Playing through a couple of injuries right now. And she knocks down both free throws, and the start the Chargers wanted, they have. 4 minutes in, an 8-point lead. Kilmartin pushes it up, and another steal by Pinnell. Feeds it to Webster, layup, no good. But Webster controls, and they'll reset. Pinnell with a couple of big steals early in this game, and the tempo has been set the way the Chargers wanted to have it. Nice feed to Shy Smith, basket's good! And a timeout, Mustangs! Great feed from Pinnell, finding Shanice Smith for the layup. That's her second assist to Smith for 2 layups, and the Chargers jump out 11-1. And we take timeout with the Mustangs. Back to Pete.
Okay, Josh, exciting start to the game and a good crowd on hand as well. Looking forward to what's ahead. 11-1, LBC up with 6:23 remaining in the first period.
Camp schedule. Camps are available for boys and girls soccer, boys and girls basketball, boys and girls volleyball, girls lacrosse. Please visit lbcchargers.com under the Fan Zone tab to learn more information about specific camps, dates, and times.
So the Chargers will break the huddle after the timeout with a 10-point advantage here. 6:23 left in the first period, and calling the play-by-play this evening and tomorrow as well for us. Here's Josh Beers.
Thanks, Pete. And we come out of the timeout, and I always loved it as a former coach to see what teams show out of this first possession. Chargers show a little bit of light pressure, and the Mustangs handle easily, but we'll see what they get. They've really not created anything in the half-court offense. Stover shattering Anderson also hasn't a factor. Webster knocks the ball out of bounds, stays with the Mustangs. 20 on the shot clock.
Remains Mustangs ball.
Ball comes into Anderson, one of her early touches. She penetrates, elbow jumpers in the air, off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Pennell. And again, 4-on-2 come the Chargers. Finds Webster down the lane, lay it up, and good. Pennell is pushing the pace, and clearly Morrisville cannot transition well defensively early in this game. Anderson swings the ball right left side to Walker. Walker drives in, running floater, no good. Shanice clears the rebound, and again, an opportunity to run. Pennell pushes. Numbers inside, Folger, layup's good. 15-1. Exactly the start the Chargers wanted, and Pennell is dicing apart the defense of the Mustangs with little resistance. Yeah, you couldn't have dreamed of this kind of start when you come out here, not just from a confidence standpoint, but just from controlling the play. Air ball's thrown up. Pennell again pushes 3-on-3. Feeds Folger, kicks it back out. Smith, 15-footer. Back of the rim, no good. Rebounds controlled by Morrisville, and they'll push it up. Anderson handles as she crosses the timeline. Stover's tracking her all over the floor and done a great job taking away any easy shots for them early. In fact, Anderson and Kilmartin, who combined for almost 80% of points last game, have yet to score. And there's the first bucket of the game we see put in by Griffin. Penetrating the defense. She's had a couple looks like that, and I think that's where the Chargers are vulnerable. Folger on the wing. Skips it across to Stover for three. And she's got it. Nice skip pass from Folger, and Stover knocks down the three, and the Chargers jump up to a 15-point lead. Every single starter for the Chargers has scored so far early in the game. Nice find inside from Anderson, and an easy 2 points for Adams. Probably the best execution the last two possessions for the Mustangs. Pennell again drives right in. This one's stolen away though. Adams stole it. Stover goes for the steal, and a 3-on-2 doesn't materialize, and so Morrisville sets it up. Pennell almost a steal, and now we're going to have a double dribble. Pennell has already created multiple turnovers, and again, really pushed the pace, and the Chargers have set the tempo early in this game. Stover to inbounds, Webster to run the point, and Marissa Jo Apps checked into the game for the first time tonight, replacing Pennell. Morrisville staying in the 2-3 zone. Smith at the high post, Folger working the paint. Strong drive, no good from Webster. Folger got the rebound but lost it. And it's controlled by Anderson, who finds Kilmartin, who misses the layup. A little bit tight for the Mustangs early. Yeah, Kilmartin hasn't gotten many touches, and obviously to miss a shot like that only helps create a little bit of more tension next time she shoots the ball. Smith drives in, left-handed layup. Oh, she missed it. Great move to get to the hole, but couldn't finish it. Anderson pushes. Another 2-on-1. Good find from Anderson, but about a fourth or fifth missed layup for Morrisville. A reach, but Stover keeps it, and then she's taken down, and we'll have a foul. Tough call on a loose ball. Caitlin DeRee picks up her first. I think that may have been called because there was a reach in the backcourt that they missed. And then when the ball came loose, Stover got rewarded, and the Chargers will inbounds. Checking into the game, number 14, Alyssa Bowen gives Shanice Smith her first breather of the night. Webster running the point. The Mustangs in their 2-3 zone, and they're sitting pretty deep. Should be openings from the perimeter if they can find Stover on the skip pass. She handles now, hits Folger on the baseline. Folger drives in, skips to Webster, little running floater. No good. Morrisville the rebound. And they'll take their time as they push the ball across the midcourt line. Anderson handles the ball. Chargers have opened at 47%, 7 of 15. Morrisville's just hit 2 shots, and they just turned it over again. A nice little back cut, but the pass is off the mark. And Pennell checks back into the game, replacing Stover. While we're thrilled with the Chargers start, if you're a Chargers fan, you'd kind of like to see them pushing it away because Morrisville is really flat early in this game. Pinnell handles, three-point line extended, little penetration. She's been able to go wherever she wants the whole game. Apps from the wing, got it. 2-point basket, Marissa Jo Apps. Everything they get from their bench makes the Chargers really difficult to beat. Pinnell has controlled the game from start to finish on the offensive and defensive end. Steal by Folger and Pinnell again. It materializes into a 3-on-3. And she'll pull it back out. Nope, stops on the baseline, kicks it to Folger, 17-footer on the way. Back of the rim. Rebounds pulled down by Kilmartin. Knocked away. Anderson had the rebound that last possession, fed Kilmartin, who couldn't finish, but the ball stays with the Mustangs. Webster taking away that easy bucket, making them work another possession. She comes up with another good defensive stop, and this time steals the ball. The Chargers have taken 7 or 8 more shots this quarter than the Mustangs, and it's only going to lead to another foul for the Mustangs. Bowen draws it, and the Chargers will inbounds. Just over a minute to go, 20-5 Chargers. Smith's coming back into the game to give Folger her first breather of the first quarter. Pinnell to inbounds, brand new shot clock. Ball knocked away twice. Good hustle there by Anderson. You can tell she's a player, and you can tell she's a little bit frustrated with the team's start so far, so perhaps she can get them jump-started on the defensive end. Pinnell handles the ball up top, and the Chargers will work a little bit in the half-court offense. Nice little double team, but they swing the ball to Webster, who swings to Apps. Three-pointer on the way, off the side of the rim. Apps comes back with it, but a little over the back foul on Alyssa Bowen. Just under a minute to go, 20-5 Chargers. Anderson handles the ball. Pinnell now defending her. The offense clearly runs through her. Little running floater. Kisses it off the glass for 2. It's a tough shot that she knocked down. Pinnell pushes it back, and they're going to call an offensive foul. We said just a minute ago, Anderson's got to jumpstart this team, and she comes up with a nice offensive bucket, turns around, draws a charge, gives Morrisville a chance to cut it to 11 or 10 with this possession as they end the quarter. Chargers staying in their man-to-man defense. Woodard sets a high screen, but they're clearly going to let the shot clock run down closer to the end of the quarter. Chargers sagging into a little more help defense as Anderson drives, kicks it outside to Kilmartin. Kilmartin throws up a floater, no good, and a shot clock violation. They'll take a look at the clock. I think they're going to go 1 second. Chargers will inbound on the baseline. Probably will just get the ball in and wrap up a great first quarter here in the first semifinal of the NEAC Women's Conference Championships. If this was the NBA, we'd go to the monitor for 4 minutes, but fortunately this is Division III college basketball, so we'll set 1 second on the clock and play. .8 on the clock, so we'll see if the Chargers will try and get a half-court heave to wrap it up. They won't. Pinnell dribbles it out. And at the end of 1 quarter of play, the Chargers 20, the Mustangs 7. Over to Zach Freeman.
Thanks, Josh. Great half for, great quarter for the Chargers. Can't ask for much more than that. Chargers are shooting 8 of 18 from the floor, 44%, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Morrisville State, meanwhile, just 3 of 11 from the floor for 27%. Have not attempted 1 3-pointer. just a slow start like you've been talking about a little bit here, but a good team that can score quickly too, so the Chargers need to make sure they can maintain this lead and keep doing what they're doing. I wanted to make mention too, you talk about Christy Pinnell coming into a big game here, 5 points, 4 assists already for her, and Shanice Smith 4 points and 5 boards already in the first quarter. So great first 10 minutes for the Chargers. Again, coming off last couple of games here, last 10 days or so where the game didn't mean a whole lot, to come into a game like this all of a sudden that means a lot. Nice way for the Chargers to start. Morrisville State played on Tuesday when they defeated Wells, so they've already played a playoff game and they know the atmosphere a little bit, but Chargers thus far have responded well. Nice to see.
I think one thing too, Zach, is that and Josh, I like the substitutions that the coach is making. There's some rotation going on with players off the bench and stuff, so that's a good thing to see. Josh, take it away.
I couldn't agree with you more, Pete. As we open up the second quarter, Chargers inbounds in the ball. A lot of players touch the floor for 2-3 minutes early, and obviously with turning around again and playing in less than 24 hours, it's important that the Chargers get everybody fresh and yet still execute and get the job done this evening. I would say probably in setting the tempo, the next 2-3 minutes of this half, either the Chargers can take complete control of the game, or the Morrisville, as we know they can, will fight their way back into the game, and the Chargers will have to work for 40 minutes. Stover drives baseline, finds Smith. Up, shots blocked by Woodard, and she controls the rebound. Probably looked like there was a little bit of contact, but nothing from the officials. Duree drives in, again defended well from Pinnell, throws up looked like a pass to herself, but she retrieves it off the backboard and gets 2. There hasn't been many open looks for Morrisville here early in the game. Pinnell finds Smith in the high post. A lot of help coming from the backside, and there's a steal. Webster turns it over. Anderson pushing the ball, drives in. No good, almost Pinnell's second foul. Smith controls the rebound, ahead to Stover, 2-on-1, ball's knocked loose, stays with the Chargers. A little bit sloppy in the transition. Fortunate that the body foul wasn't called on Pinnell at the other end, as that would have been her second foul, and she clearly has controlled tempo at both ends so far this evening. Folger to Smith, nice find for 2. Well executed inbounds play from the Chargers, and they push their lead back up to 13. Smith with 6 in the game. Nice drive to the basket, Charlotte Walker. Webster pushing the ball across midcourt, swings to Stover, left side. A little bit more extension from the Morrisville in their zone. They know Stover's a good three-point shooter. Folger, baseline jumper. And we'll have a foul, I believe, against the Mustangs. Smith was fouled. Caitlin Duree inside battling for the rebound, so the loose ball foul. Chargers will inbounds. They scored just a moment ago off their inbounds play. Let's see how they execute out of this possession. Brand new shot clock, 8:19 to go. Chargers lead 22-11. Swings to the corner, Webster drives in. Nice find to Stover. We'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Mustangs. And they have the first chance in a good while to cut the lead inside of double digits. Another nice drive by Walker for 2. She scored back-to-back buckets, and the lead is cut to 9. Good to see the Morrisville men supporting their ladies as they compete. The Morrisville beat Gallaudet in the second semifinal. They'll see the Lancaster Bible College Chargers in the final tomorrow at 12:30. Folger scores, and the lead pushes back up to 11. Pinnell goes for the steal, doesn't come up with it. Griffin drives. Nice find to Kilmartin, who lays it in. Charger defense has been vulnerable the last 3 or 4 possessions to penetration. 24-15 Chargers. Pinnell handles up top, finds Folger with a nice look. She draws the foul, and she'll shoot 2. Caitlin Adams on the foul, and she just picked up her second foul. Folgers will shoot 2. It's interesting as you watch games like this as the Chargers push their lead to 10 again. So many times those leads of 10, 12 that can push out to 15 to 18 at the half are so different than a team that hangs around that 6 to 8 point lead going into the half. Certainly these next 7 minutes will set the tempo for the second half. Folger misses the second one and Wood runs down the rebound. Three-pointer in the air by Kilmartin, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Pinnell comes up with it as she has all game, picking up just about every loose ball. Continues to penetrate, finds Stover left side. Thought about a three, but decides better of it. Morrisville still in their 2-3 zone. Back cut from Folger, they don't find her. Webster, top of the key, swings Stover, wide open three. Back of the rim, and it hits the iron, out of bounds to the Mustangs. Marissa Jo Apps checks in the game for Webster as the Chargers continue to substitute throughout the first half here. Anderson bringing it up. Swings the ball to Walker. Has had a couple of dribble penetration drives for buckets here. Trying to get Anderson a look. The Chargers show zone, a little 2-3 zone. Nice find again to Walker. Rebound by Folger. And the Chargers look to run. But the Mustangs are back. Pinnell probes, but nothing there. Finds Folger, layup. Shanice battles for the rebound, doesn't come up with it. Kilmartin controls, and here comes Morrisville. Long pass ahead to Griffin. To Walker, little running floater, no good, and Smith clears the board. Marissa Jo Apps handles, and the Chargers will set up the offense. A little bit of sloppy play on both sides. A little bit of the adrenaline's worn off from the early start. Stover handles right side, penetrates into Pinnell, thought about a three. Anderson recovered well. Apps handles, 5's on the shot clock. Back of the rim, no good. Kilmartin controls the board. Apps a rebound, and a late call, perhaps the right call, but definitely a late call from the official. Foul was on Marissa Jo Apps. Her first, team's first of the quarter. I think the Chargers need to get back into a little bit of up-tempo as the game has settled into kind of a half-court game with both teams taking one-and-done shots at both ends of the floor. I'm with you on that, absolutely, that we've got to find a way to make sure. Oh, we got a little timeout. We'll just pause and come back to that after the timeout. 25-15, 5:26 to go, first half, and we'll take timeout with the Chargers. Back to you, Pete.
Okay, real good. Thanks, Josh. Doing a fine job. And LBC up by 10 as we head into the final 5 minutes or so of the halftime of the half. Zach, some quick thoughts from you as you're seeing things from that side of the floor and statistically what's going on.
Yeah, I think Josh is exactly right there, talking about sort of the adrenaline wearing off, teams sort of getting into what they want to do here. Morrisville is trying to chip away here slowly at the lead while the Chargers are trying to maintain that. Josh made a great point. These last 2-3 minutes here, it can go one of two ways. We can have ourselves a game here at halftime like we did kind of with Morrisville State and Gallaudet in that second men's semifinal, or Chargers could be up 15, 16 points. We'll see how it goes. No one in double figures yet, but Aubrey Folger 7 points and 4 rebounds. Shanice Smith 6 points, 7 rebounds.
All right, thanks, Zach. Josh?
Christy Pinnell handles it. We come out of the timeout, swings it to Apps. Over to Stover. Think about the three. Doesn't take it. Back to Pinnell. Morrisville's a lot more active than they opened the game in that zone. Apps drives it in. We got a foul call on the play. I believe it's a shooting foul. Again, late with the call, but I believe it's the right call. Foul was on Charlotte Walker, her first. Marissa Jo Apps, who's been very active, attacking the basket early, shoots 2. She knocks down the first, and the Chargers push the lead to 11. Apps converts the pair. She's got 4 on the night. Anderson bringing the ball up, and the Chargers stay in their zone. Clearly trying to take away Kilmartin and Anderson. 3 from the corners, an air ball from number 32, Allison Chase. The Chargers turn it over, unnecessary turnover. it's fun for me to watch from this end of the floor the coaching dynamic. Seeing Caitlin Vanderhoff in her first year doing a fantastic job leading the program, ably assisted by a number of assistant coaches, led by Sherry Gorman, and Gorman's reaction to that turnover says she's seen too many of those in her day. And I think she recognized what we've talked about in the timeout, and that is the opportunity to push this thing to 16-18. That little possession, knocked down a 3 from Morrisville, and all of a sudden we're back to a 9-point game. Griffin knocking down that 3-point shot. And you don't want to let a team like this hang around when they're not playing their best basketball. Webster finds Folger on the little give and go. Kicks it back to Abs for 3. No good. Rebound is controlled by Griffin. To Anderson. And a drive and a foul. Abs with the foul. I think on that last possession, Abs has been quick to take some shots. Wide open swing there. Ball probably need to move one more rotation. I should have said it before the shot went up because sometimes it's the result we look at, but probably the better shooter was one more pass away. Anderson to shoot 2 to cut the lead to the closest Gallaudet's been since the first 5 minutes of the game.
Morrisville.
Morrisville, thank you for that correction.
Back in for the Chargers, number 33, Chrissy Pennell.
Anderson knocks down the first free throw. Pennell checks in for Apps. The Mustangs cut it to 7. You can see why they keyed on Anderson. She really is the engine that makes this team go. The Chargers got some early buckets early in transition. There's been nothing in transition since. And a sloppy turnover from Stover. Ball stolen by Kilmartin. Kilmartin, little penetration, kicks it out. 3-point shots in the air and good. Caitlin Griffin's hit 2 in a row, and the lead is 4.
The senior college women's team is like actively cheering for Morrisville State. They just started the defense chant.
Interesting to be watching here of who SUNY Poly wants to see tomorrow as they're actively raising their support for the Mustangs. Drive to the basket by Stover, no good. Smith the rebound, missed that layup. Kilmartin controls the board. Chance to cut into a 4-point lead. Finds Griffin on the wing, blocked out of bounds by Folger. Perhaps that's the defensive stop that jump-starts this offense again, which has been almost non-existent here in the second quarter. Just 7 points in almost 7 minutes for the Chargers. Griffin to inbounds, finds Anderson. Stover stays down well defensively. Kilmartin with the ball. Pushes up top to Chase, back to Anderson. Anderson swings to Griffin. Griffin looks to penetrate. Defended well by Folger. And the rebound's knocked out of bounds. Belongs to the Chargers. Really solid defensive possession for the Chargers. Stayed down well defensively. But we've got ourselves a good ball game. It's inside of 3 minutes to go. Chargers lead 27-23. Webster handles. Pennell up top. See if the Chargers can get something inside. Ben back outside to their game. Smith on the high post. Nice find to Folger. Lost it, got it back. And 3 times on the rim, but it came off, and Chase controls the rebound for Morrisville. A little better possession, though, that last possession for the Chargers. Griffin handles, and they'll reset to Anderson. Anderson left side. Drives in. Nice find. Kilmartin, but we're going to have an offensive foul. Webster did a great job of staying in, and Anderson ran through her. It was a great feed to Kilmartin. It would have been easy 2 points, but Webster stood her ground, took the charge.
Just about 2 minutes left, guys, and what I'm seeing up here is that Morrisville looks a little gassed at this point. Don't have the same kind of energy. Maybe that'll help. Got to make a bucket, though, Josh.
And another good opportunity for the Chargers. They can't convert. It seems like they should be able to put a little bit of distance between them and Morrisville. The energy seems to be the Chargers, but instead it's Morrisville continuing to get open looks. Smith controls the rebound off the miss by Chase. Perhaps Pinnell can reignite him in the transition game. Finds Webster. Webster, nice drive. And Griffin controls the board, and they cannot buy a bucket for the Chargers right now.
Lancaster
They've had plenty of good looks.
shooting just 10 of 30 for 33%.
Ball was thrown out of bounds by Anderson. She thought it was tipped, but it goes back to the Chargers. Chargers ended the quarter shooting near 50%. They're down to 33% on the half, so clearly the rim has not been kind here in the second quarter.
It's helpful that Morrisville State's shooting just 35%, but still.
Fortunately, Morrisville has not been much better, shooting 35% in the game. But that 20-5 Charger lead is a distant memory as Morrisville trails by just 4. Webster was fouled up top, and we've got a shooting foul as they're over the limit. So Webster goes to the line, and perhaps she can break the scoring drought by knocking down a couple of free throws. Webster misses the first free throw. She did not play in the first game against Morrisville, so hopefully she can give them a spark here as the game wears on. Shanice Smith for the Chargers has already claimed 10 rebounds in this first half, but it's the offensive end that's got to get going as Webster converts the second free throw, and Stover shows a little pressure to Anderson. 5-point lead as we approach 1 minute to go in the first half. Folgers put a little more tempo defense. Drive in by Anderson. She took a tough shot. Smith the rebound. Chance to run for the Chargers. Pass ahead to Webster. Takes it up strong, lays it in. Chargers back up 7, and you can almost feel again the chance to push the tempo. I don't think the Chargers are feeling much of an advantage in the half-court game, but if they can get out and transition and run, they're going to be tough to beat tonight. Stover still chasing Anderson. Anderson pulls up, swings the ball to Griffin. Griffin's been driving, not shooting the 3. Pinnell had a near steal but gave it back. Ball deep inside. Nice steal from Webster, and she finds Folger. Folger to Stover in the open floor. Drives in, blocked out of bounds. Or we may have a foul called. Tough call. Goes the Chargers' way, and Stover will go to the free throw line. It's interesting for me to watch. To my left, as I watch this game, the SUNY Poly players are even getting on the officials a little bit. So there's no question who SUNY Poly would like to see in the final if they advance in the second game this evening. Stover short with the free throw. Big shot here to push it to 8, and if they can get a stop, even though they'd like to be double digits, at least this lead's not down at 2 or 3. Stover to shoot the second. 17 seconds to go, first half. She missed them both. Woodard controls the board. Chance to run for Anderson, but they'll take it to 1 shot. Chargers have a foul to give if they want to. Anderson drives it in, tipped away by Smith. 3.1 to go. Morrisville will inbounds. Coach Aaron Skaradek dials up the play. Ball's inbounds to Anderson. She drives, puts up a shot, and she gets it at the buzzer. Tough shot, she knocked it down. And the Chargers go into the half leading 30-25. Anderson leading the way on and off the scoring board, giving a lot of spark to the team and leading the Mustangs back into the game. But it is the Chargers that lead as we go to halftime. Let's turn it over to Pete.
Okay, thanks, Josh. Coming up here at halftime, we'll have the presentation of the NEAC awards for the women's side of the athletics, and that'll be coming up in just a few minutes, and we'll present that for you as the awards are handed out between at the head. Excuse me, that'll be at the end of the game. I'm sorry. This will be at the end of the game. Right, Zach?
That's correct. Correct.
Thank you. All right. I was getting excited about that.
It's all right.
All right. Anyway, so 30-25. We'll take a break a little bit here, and unless you're ready for the stats right now.
If you want to go 10 minutes, no, not 10 minutes, I'm sorry, 3 minutes.
Okay.
Let me print them out for everybody. The coaches will be happy with me.
All right, very good. We'll check back with Zach here in just a bit. Josh is going to take a break. We'll have some special features for you coming up in just a second. A couple of interviews with some players during halftime in just a second, and then a little bit later on in the halftime as well. with Shy Smith, Katie Stover, and Aubrey Folger as well. That'll be coming up just ahead. Horst Athletic Center, Lancaster Bible College, LBC up by 5, 30-25 here at the half.
What defines a hero? Is it the strength of his hands? Or the faith in his heart? Samson.
LBC Chargers Athletics is made possible in part by Kistler Tiffany Benefits, serving as LBC's preferred employee benefit firm. Headquartered in Berwyn, Pennsylvania, KTB offers a comprehensive suite of products and top-rated services in the areas of benefit administration, wellness, compliance, HR management, and voluntary benefits, designed to help meet clients' business and healthcare objectives. On the web at ktbenefits.com. By Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, with convenient office locations in Lancaster, Willow Street, Lebanon, and its Spooky Nook Sports Complex, offering complete, comprehensive orthopedic care, including physical therapy, hand therapy, MRI, and outpatient surgery. To learn more, visit online fixbones.com. By World Team, a church planting mission agency working among the world's least reached peoples, sharing the gospel through culturally relevant outreach, from medical care to arts to sports. More about World Team and opportunities to serve cross-culturally at us.worldteam.org. By Lancaster Toyota. For your next vehicle or for friendly service, stop in to see our friends on Enterprise Road in East Petersburg. Online at lancastertoyota.com. Lancaster Toyota. Let's go places. By Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School, a cyber school for students in kindergarten through 12th grade who reside in Pennsylvania. The PALCS community digitally connects students and parents to Pennsylvania certified teachers and innovative curriculum. More information online at palcs.org. That's PALCS.org.
Halftime score here at Horst Athletic Center on the campus of Lancaster Bible College. It's LBC women up 30-25 over Morrisville State. And we have a little over 10 minutes to go before the second half begins here at LBC. We'll check in with Zach Freeman coming up in just a minute and get some stats for the first half, and we'll be back with that in just a second.
The Chargers Club seeks to enhance the student-athlete experience at Lancaster Bible College by providing quality equipment, updated facilities, and increased opportunities for students to use athletics as a platform for ministry. As a member of the Chargers Club, you're investing in something far greater than athletics. You're helping to provide opportunities that encourage students to pursue excellence in all aspects of life. Visit the Foundations tab on the web at lbcchargers.com to join the team behind the teams.
All right, back at Horst, and a 5-point lead for the LBC women, and Zach Freeman joins us now. Zach, statistically, what does it look like first half?
Sure, no one in double figures for either team. Lots of spread across the team scoring there, only 30-25, so I guess that's not entirely unexpected. Caitlin Griffin, 8 points and 3 boards for the Mustangs there in the first half. Jordan Anderson with 6 points, 2 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She also added 2 assists and 2 steals as well. Morrisville as a team shot 10 of 28 for 36%. Just 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. Grabbed 17 rebounds, just 2 on the offensive glass, and turned the ball over 12 times. For the Chargers, they shot 36% as well. 11 of 31 from the floor, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. They were led by Shanice Smith, her 6 points and 11 rebounds. She has 11 of the Chargers' 18 rebounds, as the Lancaster Bible holds the 18-17 edge on the glass. Aubrey Folger had 7 points on just 2 of 6 shooting. Chrissy Pinnell had a great first quarter there. She has 5 points and 5 assists to go with her 2 steals and 2 boards. So it's kind of spread all around thus far for both teams. Morrisville State there grabbing a bit of the momentum maybe in the second quarter a little bit after the Chargers had everything going their way the first 7, 8, maybe 9 minutes that first quarter. So look for the Chargers to try to reestablish that early in the second half. And I thought you made a good point. I think it was off air, kind of just talking in my ear and talking in Josh's ear that Morrisville State, they've played the same amount of players as Lancaster Bible, but a lot of their players some pretty heavy minutes, just like the Chargers. But I guess they're kind of used to it. So who knows if that's going to affect a team later in today's game. The Chargers had all week off. Morrisville State played on Tuesday.
Right.
It's maybe not something that you notice right away. It might be something that after the game we say, geez, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, it really looked like we started taking control, or it really looked like they got their second wind and, we weren't used to the pace of playoff basketball, things like that. So, maybe that's not something you can tell in real time. That's a post-game type of thing. But, I thought both teams played pretty well at different parts. So I think these are definitely 2 of the 4 best teams in the conference. They showed that all year long with their record, and I think they're showing it today. Yeah,
right about that. And I think this time of the year too. I mean, these ladies have played close to 27, 28 games.
Sure,
everybody has. So just your health, your energy level, and that kind of thing will have some sort of impact. If not today, tomorrow for sure.
For sure. So yeah, it's an interesting game and interesting time of year. You think you can bank on a lot of things, and then our men scored 28 points in the first half. They haven't done that all season. So, and the same thing for our women. They're spreading the ball around, and no one in double figures. I don't know that that's happened in a half either yet this year. So this time of year, you have some strange things happening, and just who can adjust to those things happening the best usually comes out on top.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Great. We'll check back with you in a little bit.
You bet. Thanks,
and
Pete.
We'll hear from some of the ladies on the LBC women's basketball team. Shai Smith had an opportunity to speak with her recently about this season and her future as well.
Shai, how would you describe the season? What's contributing to the team's success, do you think?
Well, really, I think a big part of it just starts with our coaching staff this year. We've had a lot of changes these past few years, and we were all very anxious and just kind of upset about starting over, learning a new system, but they have been really encouraging, just motivating, and they've just been putting a lot of time into it. So they've really pushed us to be better, but they really stressed to us defense. As a team, we all get along very well, so the chemistry is definitely there, but we just enjoy playing the game together. But I just think it's really just been our defense, our intensity. We have a great offensive team, but our coaches have really stressed to us defense, and that's really, I think, has been the main thing that's got us this far this year.
You hit the 1,000 point and rebound marks. Quite an accomplishment in a short amount of time, actually. How do you feel about it? What does all that mean to you?
It's definitely great. It's an accomplishment, especially doing it in 3 years. I've only been here 3 years, but honestly, I don't really care for the points, but it was very exciting to me to get 1,000 rebounds. I did that in high school, but I never thought I'd be able to do it in college, but I love rebounding the ball. That's a great strength of mine, so it was great to hit that milestone, and especially in the same game.
How do you think LBC has contributed to your development? For example, as a Bible college, how has it prepared you both for athletics but also for life?
One thing that I love about LBC, and this may sound cliche, but it is truly a family here. There are so many professors, staff, and even the athletic staff who just care so much about you. It's so much more than basketball, so much more than you performing well in the classroom. But they have really just pushed us spiritually. I know me personally, but they just love me as a person too. And I have had a lot of great mentors and just built so many relationships with so many different families that have really just impacted my life in a great way. So I've definitely learned a lot being here. It's been a growing process. Not every year is easy, but I would not want to play for any other college or be at any other college. So I'm really thankful for LBC.
What do you think you'll be doing 5 years from now?
I would really love to be a school social worker. That's really my passion right now. I would also like to coach as well, possibly at that school. Not really sure what level. it would be on. But I'm just looking forward to just impacting young people's lives like mine has been.
Thanks.
No problem.
Same line of questioning for number 4, Katie Stover of the LBC Chargers.
Okay, Katie, how would you describe the season and what's contributing to the team's success, do you think?
I think that the season has gone really well, and we've worked really hard to be where we are at today. I think something that has really helped us throughout the season is our ability to play hard defense and give teams really a tough time against our defense and really make them work. So I think that's really contributed to our success.
In high school, you had 3 different coaches during your career, and in college, you had 4 different coaches. Now, that's kind of unusual for most players. What challenges did that present, and what advice would you give younger players who experience the same kind of thing?
Well, I think obviously there's a lot of inconsistency. So every year I was going into basically a new season, and it was just different expectations and different roles. But I think something that you have to remember going through things like that, and advice I would have, is to never lose the love for the game, because if you lose that, then you really won't have any motivation. But if you always have the love for the game, then regardless of the situation or the change, you'll still want to play it and do well.
How has LBC contributed to your development? For example, as a Bible college, how has it prepared you for athletics, but also for life as well?
Well, I think transferring in from a secular school, it really was a big change. And so because of that, it really led me to a different perspective on things, and it helped me grow a lot in my relationship with the Lord, and helped me also to build really awesome friendships that will last for a really long time.
You and Aubrey traveled to Spain last summer to conduct basketball camps in partnership with World Team. What was your experience like there?
It was a great experience, and it was really exciting that I got to go with Aubrey, and just living with a Spanish family was really cool, and just being able to share the gospel with them, and them actually respond to it and still have connections and relationships with the family that I lived with there is just probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. So,
looking ahead to the future, what do you think you'll be doing, say, 5 years from now?
Well, hopefully 5 years from now I will have a good teaching job somewhere and possibly be coaching. Hopefully I'll also be married and be starting a family and stuff like that. So, yep.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, it looks like somebody has a lot of planning ahead here. Number 4, Katie Stover, with us a little while ago, and also we heard from Shai Smith as well. So we thank those 2 players for sharing their thoughts with us on this season and their lives as well. Here we are at halftime at the Horst Athletic Center on the campus of Lancaster Bible College, where our score is 30-25. LBC women up by 5 as we head into this third period, second half here at LBC. And with the play-by-play, let's go back to Josh Beers.
Thank you, Pete. And as we come out to start the third quarter, we're hoping, if you're a Chargers fan, that they'll jump out the way they did to start the game. These first 2, 3, 4 minutes, Morrisville either will get this thing evened up, or if the Chargers can push it back to double digits, give themselves a cushion as we head down into the stretch run of this game. The winner advances to tomorrow's championship game. Morrisville clearly isn't ready to go away yet, particularly led in this first half by their junior guard, number 23, Jordan Anderson. Hopefully the Chargers have the answer here in the second half. Stover inbounds, Pinnell handles, and we're underway here in the third quarter. Swings it left side to Webster. Webster down low to Folger. Folger skip pass to Stover. Stover to Pinnell, and the Chargers move the ball well early. Folger high post, nice swing to Stover. Good offensive movement. Three-pointer doesn't go, but that's a good possession for the Chargers as Woodard controls the rebound. Some of the best movement against that zone defense that we've seen in the half-court set for the Chargers, setting up an open look for Stover. She just couldn't knock it down. Good pressure up top from the Chargers, who are back in the man-to-man defense. Anderson following Stover throughout the game. Webster switches to her. Kilmartin, a long three, no good. Webster controls the rebound. The Chargers look to run. Webster continues to handle, finds Smith at the high block. She drives in, layups in the air, good, and a foul! Strong finish from Shanice Smith, and she'll look to complete the three-point play. Foul is on Marissa Woodard. That's her second, team's first here, and the Chargers strike first in the third quarter, and Smith with a chance to complete the three-point play, push the lead to 8, and she does. We said these first couple minutes be early, a good defensive stop for the Chargers. Another bucket would get back to that double-digit lead that they crave here early in the third quarter. Chargers in the man-to-man defense. Adams handling the ball up top, penetrates, kicks to Woodard. Line drive jumper's no good. Griffin controls the rebound. Mustangs reset, new shot clock. Feed inside to Woodard. She's in tight, but missed an easy one. Gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Tough jump hook. Woodard battles again, and a third or fourth offensive rebound this possession for the Mustangs. They reset again. And a good battle again. Woodard can't convert, and Pinnell ultimately comes up with the rebound. Chargers look to run. Nice find to Folger. Easy bucket. She missed it. Tough miss for the Chargers. Anderson pushes. Nice find to Adams. Back to Anderson. Drives in off the window and good. She is a competitor, and the lead's back to 6. Again down low to Folger. She loses it, gets it back. Smith on the high post. Finds Webster. Nice drive. She might have got bumped. No call. Woodard controls the rebound. Morrisville looks to run. Pulls it back out. Kilmartin finds Woodard. Back to Kilmartin, and they'll reset. 15 on the shot clock. And you can see already a little bit winded on both sides. Ball knocked away, but a foul called. Christy Pinnell picks up the foul. Kelly Kilmartin go to line to shoot 2. She knocks down the first one. First substitution of the second half for the Mustangs. Walker replaces Woodard. Walker gave him some good offensive spark off the bench. A couple driving, penetrating buckets to the basket. And Woodard just hasn't been able to get untracked here so far in the game. Kilmartin converts both, and the lead is 4. 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. Webster to Stover. Morrisville spent the entire game in that 2-3 zone defense. They extend it sometimes. Stover to Folger. Ball's knocked out of bounds. We know Folger's playing with a number of injuries, and you can tell she's not quite 100%. Hopefully she can battle it back through it, and give the Chargers the lift they need as we head down the stretch run of this game. Stover handles inside of 10 on the shot clock. I'm not sure they realize it. Stover handles to Pinnell. Pinnell drives in, finds Smith, but she stepped on the baseline. Ball goes over to the Mustangs. Anderson up court to Walker. Chargers a little slow matching up in the man-to-man, but they settle in. Walker swings to Griffin, to Anderson. Anderson penetrates right. Nice find. Little sky hook that doesn't fall, and Smith clears the rebound. Pinnell pushes in the open floor. Finds Webster on the wing, penetrates in, back to Stover. Three-pointer from the corner. She's got it! And the lead goes back to 7. Big bucket for the Chargers here to push that lead back out to 7 points. Anderson pushes it across. Stover's been with it the whole game. Webster shows a little help. Knocked out of bounds by Webster, but will stay with the Mustangs. Morrisville shooting just 31% on the game, but with 6:16 to go in the game, the third quarter, I'm sorry. They find themselves only down 5 after the bucket from Kilmartin. A little bit more extended in that 2-3 zone. Chargers came out with good ball movement to start the third quarter, and since then it's slowed a little bit. Nice skip, Stover, another wide open look. Can't get it to fall. Kilmartin with good position. She tears down the rebound. Kilmartin to Anderson, and they'll set it up. Chance to cut the lead to inside of 5. They've been as close as 4. Chance to cut it to 3 or 2 in this possession. Anderson, a tough runner, no good. Smith clears another rebound. The Chargers can even run without a turnover. They've been very good at pushing the ball and beating people off the floor. Spacing wasn't very good, so they'll reset. Stover in the corner to Pennell. Folger working the high post. Stover, another 3, third straight look. She's hit 2 of them, and the lead's 8. And if she gets going, it'll open up the inside for the Chargers. Mustangs on an important possession here. Stover with 9 in the game on 3 3-point buckets and 2 big ones here in the third quarter. Tough drive and finish from Walker. She's done that 3 or 4 times tonight. Drew some contact there, but finished strong at the bucket. Nice find to Folger, lays it in from Pennell. And the Chargers are back to the tempo they want. Folger off the nice pass from Pennell. Walker up high with the basketball. Finds Griffin. She thinks about a 3 and hits it. Didn't look like she was in rhythm, but she knocked it down, and the lead is back to 5. Westlake restarted the third quarter. Pennell handles another, same find to Folger for another 2. Solid cut and a good finish. Pennell with 8 assists on the night, and she is the one who has dictated tempo throughout the game. Coming into the game with 8.4 assists a game, second in the nation. She's got 8 already this evening. Nice find. Kilmartin, left hand, drops it home. And Morrisville's begun to probe the Charger defense. Kilmartin now with 11 in the game. Long skip pass to Stover. Swings to Webster, over to Pennell. She's got an open look from 3. And another one's good. And now both teams are trading buckets. Who's going to get a defensive stop as the Chargers push the lead to 8? Multiple substitutions for both sides at the scorer's table. Just over 3 minutes to go in an action-packed third quarter. Walker handles the ball. The fans are finally into the game, looking for a defensive stop from the Chargers. Oh, and an illegal screen. Stover ran into a hard screen, but it was moving. Charger basketball, 3:01 to go, 8-point lead. And here we are again, under 3 minutes. It's been to 8. It's been as low as 4. Can the Chargers push it back to that double figures for the first time? Stover thought about a 3, penetrates in, 15-footer in the air. Doesn't fall. Great rebound by Bowen. Resets to Pennell, and they'll start it again. Big rebound by Alyssa Bowen off the bench. Swings to Pennell. She penetrates baseline. Skip pass to Stover. Stover to Folger. Folger drives in. Left-handed runner. Drops in for 2. And the Chargers lead by 10. Morrisville's coach is off the bench. Big possession here. Stover pushing, and you expect Anderson, and she calls a timeout. And the Charger faithful rise to their feet as the Chargers lead by 10. A 30-second timeout, so we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Chargers up by 10 in the third, 2:18 remaining in this third quarter here at Horst Athletic Center on the campus of Lancaster Bible College. Josh Beers on the call today, Zach Freeman with the stats, I'm Pete Stover, and we're here in the first of the 2 semifinal games, LBC versus Morrisville, and then later on in the evening it'll be Gallaudet taking on SUNY Poly. That'll be coming up somewhere around 8 o'clock or so. In between the games, there will be an award ceremony. The NEAC will present the awards to the various players who are on site, who actually made first, second, third team, player of the year, rookie of the year, and coach of the year as well. So all that'll happen here at coming up at in between games a little bit later on, shortly before 8 o'clock, it looks like. Okay, Josh, back to you.
Dupree checks into the game for the Mustangs. They inbounds an important possession here as we approach 2 minutes in the third quarter. The crowd's imploring the Chargers to show some defense. Woodard also checked back into the game. Walker tries to drive, and a little bump foul called, and we're going to shoot 2 free throws.
Fouls on the Chargers, number 33, Chrissy Pennell, her third.
That's a big foul because Chrissy Pennell just picked up her third, and she has been the one that set tempo throughout the game for the Chargers. Walker knocks down the first free throw. Second one's good as well, and the lead is 8. Folger took a strong drive last time down for the Chargers with her left. She's playing with a fractured wrist in her left hand, so it is tough for her to go left. But she's, like a number of these girls, playing through the pain, trying to get the Chargers to the championship game. Bowen drives in, bank shot's no good. She controls it. Pushes it back to Folger. Folger skips to Pennell, wide open 3. She's got it! And the Chargers lead by 11. 4 3-pointers, 2 from Stover, 2 from Pennell, leading an offensive attack here in the third quarter as the Chargers push the lead back to 11. Feed deep down to Woodard, who finally converts, and the lead is back to 9. Pennell has paced the attack here. 11 points and 9 assists. Drive by Smith, she got it back, might have been a travel. Another clean block, Anderson controls the rebound. Pennell almost picked up her 4th, smart move. Anderson very smart. Drove in hard, initiated the contact, but the referee called the block. Perhaps Aaron Skaradek in her first season out of Elmira worked that official enough to get that call. Anderson definitely had the advantage and drew the foul. And the Mustangs continue to convert from the free throw line. They just won't go away. Lead is back to 8. As Anderson will try and cut to 7 with just under a minute to go here in the third quarter. I think even with the lead, it's going to be important for the Chargers to push the attack and wear Morrisville down. Anderson converts both. Anderson with 10 on the night. She came into the game averaging 15, and the Chargers have done a good job of taking her away. But she does a lot of intangibles that every coach loves. Pennell handles, and the Morrisville zone extends a little bit. Apps finds Bowen and a reach over the top. The Chargers will inbounds. Woodard picked up her 3rd, team's 3rd, so out of bounds underneath with a fresh shot clock for the Chargers. They come up top to Pennell, and they'll work the basketball a little bit. Morrisville is definitely extending the zone. Finds Apps. Pennell, elbow. Back to Stover. Plenty of time is still on the shot clock, inside of 15. Up to Apps up top. And there's a foul. Some good patience there from the Chargers. And Smith will shoot 2. Anderson picks up her 2nd, and 2 big free throws here for Smith as we head to the final possession here of the third quarter. Smith, nothing but nylon on the first. Second free throw is good as well, and the lead is back to 9. Woodard to inbounds, Stover showing full court pressure. DeRee instead will bring it up. Pennell playing with 3 fouls. She can't afford to pick up her 4th. Inside of 5. Wide open layup drive, and she puts it home. The lead is 7. And that's where we'll go as we go to the third quarter. Chargers 43, Mustangs 46. 53-46 Chargers. 1 quarter to go. Back to you, Pete.
Thanks, Josh. LBC up by 7 as we head to the final stretch here, the last 10 minutes of this ball game. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
What defines a hero? Is it the strength of his hands? Or the faith in his heart? Samson.
Back at Horst Athletic Center on the campus of Lancaster Bible College. First of 2 semifinal games tonight. It's LBC versus Morrisville State, and LBC is up at this point by, let's see, we're still holding a 7-point lead, 53-46, as we start this fourth period. All right, let's take it back to Josh Beers for the final period of this game. Josh?
Well, we're looking forward to an exciting 10 minutes here. The Mustangs won't go away, and the Chargers are trying to fight off every comeback they make. These two teams that are vying for a spot in the women's final are being supported by their men's teams here watching, who will meet tomorrow in the final at 12:30. We'll be bringing you all that action. Looking forward to a great game as the Chargers try and get their first men's championship berth. Ball's blocked cleanly by Woodard, but Walker, who's been a lot of places tonight, comes up with the rebound. Kilmartin, a long three. No good. Woodard had it but lost it, and Folger controls the rebound. 9.5 to go. Morrisville's extended that 2-3 after 4 3-pointers from the Chargers in the third quarter. And a traveling call on Webster. Ball goes back to the Mustangs. Duree, Anderson, Walker, Kilmartin, and Woodard on the floor for the Mustangs. Folger, Webster, Smith, Pennell, and Stover for the Chargers. Anderson handles left side Duree. Woodard rolls the basket. Feeds Kilmartin for an easy 2. And we're back where we started the second half, a 5-point lead for the Chargers. Stover a long 3, and she hits it again. Back to 8 it goes. When LBC played Morrisville early in the season up at Morrisville, they held a 4-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and I'm sure Coach Skaradek reminded the Mustangs of that as they opened the quarter. Rebound pulled down by Folger. 3-on-2 materializes. Webster finds Stover. Stover dribbles back up, and they'll reset. Stover's hit 3 big threes here in the second half. I believe she has 5 on the game. Inside to Smith. Drew the contact from Woodard. That's her 4th. And Smith will go to the line, shooting 2 to push that lead back to 10 for the Chargers. Much like a lot of playoff basketball is, it doesn't always have to be pretty if you can grind away to find a way to win. And the Chargers have looked really good at times tonight, and there's been times when it's been sloppy, but they find themselves leading by 9 with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Woodard checks out of the game. She's replaced by Adams. Smith converted the first. She'll look to knock down the second. And she does, and the Chargers lead by 10. As we head down the final 8 minutes, both Kilmartin and Anderson have played the entire, looked like a travel, have played the entire quarter. Walker, who's been a spark off the bench, comes up with a loose ball and knocks it in to cut the lead to 8. Now you can tell Kilmartin is pretty weary right now, but I think Coach Wisely is saying, you're the one who got us here, we're going to keep riding you. Stover's looking for the basketball. They find Folger instead. And a foul on the play. Looked like a tired foul from Kilmartin. Folger goes to the line. And it'll be interesting to see as we head down the stretch here if Morrisville may use a timeout just to let Kilmartin and Anderson get a little bit of extra wind because they're going to need both of them down the stretch. Folger knocks down the first free throw. It feels like the Chargers are in control of this game, but every time you think they're going to pull away, the Mustangs cut it back down to a 2 or 3 possession game. Folger knocks down a pair, and the good free throw shooting for the Chargers continues. 13 of 17 on the game, and that's been big. As looks like they're going to need every one of those as we head down the stretch. DeRee drives in, good help, Pinnell. And a big three-point bucket from Griffin. She's hit 3 on the night. And the Chargers call timeout. 7:11 to go. Chargers by 7. And we'll take timeout with them, send it back to Pete.
All right, thanks, Josh. 60-53, 7-point lead by LBC. 7:11 left in fourth, as we said, and Chargers will take that ball with 29 seconds on the shot clock, just a tick under the legal limit there. Again, don't forget, we have another game coming up after this. It'll be the second women's NEAC semifinal game. It'll be between Gallaudet and SUNY Poly. That'll be coming up after this game, and probably sometime near or after 8 o'clock. So that's what we're looking at for tonight. And again, the ceremony will be taking place after this game and before the next game begins to hand out the awards that were presented earlier this week to various players on the women's teams throughout the NEAC as well. So that'll all be coming up here shortly. 7-point lead, LBC up, 7:11 left in the game. LBC about ready to break the huddle, and we'll send it back to Josh Beers.
As we come out of timeout, 7:11 to go, Chargers up by 7, trying to remove the sting of last year's defeat in the semifinal to Morrisville. Up at Morrisville, 72-59 in this same semifinal matchup. They're 7 minutes away from punching a ticket to tomorrow's championship game to face the winner of the SUNY Poly Gallaudet game to follow. And Morrisville comes out of the timeout extending their zone. Stover left side, thought about a 3, penetrates in, hits Pinnell, wide open look. And she drops in the friendly roll. And the Chargers continue to ride the 3-point shooting of Pinnell and Stover here in the second half. Pinnell with 14 on the game to go, along with 8 assists, 3 steals. And the Charger fans are begging for a defensive stop. And they get it. Smith comes up with a steal, and Adams fouls her. And that only bodes well, as that'll be the 3rd foul here of the 4th quarter as the Chargers approach the bonus, and they're shooting well from the free throw line as well. Big possession, the chance to get the biggest lead since early in the game when the Chargers led by 15. Chance to push it to 12 or even 13. Stover in the corner, thought about it, drives in. Nice find to Webster, goes up strong, draws contact, no foul. I believe she was out of bounds. Great hustle, but the ball goes over to the Mustangs. Solid drive by Webster. She drew some contact, but didn't get the call. Woodard's checking back into the game. Creates some matchup challenges for the Chargers. First time Kilmartin has left the floor. I imagine it'll just be a possession or 2. In fact, oh, she is sitting down. I thought she might be heading right back to the scorer's table. Anderson drives, cut off well. They found Woodard, and Smith picks up her first of the night, but Woodard's going to go to the line and shoot 2. And Kilmartin got exactly 15 seconds of rest. Woodard knocks down the first free throw. Throughout the game, she's been establishing herself with a block, and they've been allowing her to spend a lot of time in there. It'll be interesting to see if the Chargers get a call here down the stretch. Kilmartin returns to the game. Woodard shoots the second. Misses the free throw, but Kilmartin controls the rebound. Wide open three, Duree. No good, but again, the Chargers sloppy on the glass. And Griffin controls, and Anderson resets. Looking at a high screen and roll. She doesn't use it, drives in, draws some contact, no call. Smith cleans the rebound. 15th rebound for Shanice Smith. She's played big at both ends of the floor. One above her season average of 14 per game. They're really running at Pennell and Stover, and I think we can get Folger loose inside, and we do. Nice find from Webster as they rotated the ball, and the Chargers by 11. Anderson has been the one to try to answer each time they've gotten deep in a hole, and she does again, but a steal from Webster. Webster by herself. Duree comes in. Thought we drew contact. Folger draws a foul, but the bucket's good. No call, but it'll be a timeout. Mustangs. Chargers by 13, and they're on their feet here at the Horst Athletic Center. Less than 5 minutes away from joining the men in tomorrow's championship finals. We'll take timeout with this full timeout. Back to you, Pete.
Okay, excellent, Josh. Yeah, we're heading in that direction for sure, and we're going to see how that all ends up here in the last, about 4 minutes and 48 seconds or so as the Chargers take the lead by 13 at this point. We'll be back in just a bit.
The heartbeat of Chargers athletics is bringing students, faculty, staff, and families together for the purpose of glorifying God through athletic competition. Amidst our students' success in the athletic arena, in the classroom, and as champions for Christ, our abilities have surpassed our facilities. Visit the Give tab at lbcchargers.com to learn more about our Chairs for Chargers campaign. You can have a VIP chair in our gymnasium that boasts your name for life.
Okay, we're back into action here at Horst Athletic Center. Josh, over to you.
Thanks, Pete, and we'll come back to the action. Morrisville took that timeout. They'll inbounds the ball, trailing by 13, and they're going to have to up the tempo and get some quick stops or force some turnovers into easy buckets to get back in this game. Big possession for the Chargers, try and put this game away. They're looking to get Anderson open, but Stover's all over. They can't find her, so they swing to Duree. And again, the Charger defense has come out of this timeout really defending well. Shot clock's inside of 10. Anderson, a long shot, no good. Webster clears. Finds Pennell, 3-on-1. Thought about it, and then the patience resets the offense. Folger to Pennell. Stover's open. Drives baseline. Got bumped, no call. Webster to Pennell. A lot of patience. We push down to 4 minutes. Stover, a big three to ice it. By 16, Stover a big three, and you can sense it here in the gymnasium. 5 threes for Stover, the Chargers by 16, looking to go back to when 13 and 14, when both the men and the women went to the final, hoping for a different result as well. Kilmartin, no good on the three, but the rebound was controlled by Griffin. Griffin and Walker both have played solid. Bank shot no good. Smith controls the rebound and wisely holds the ball. Chargers less than 3.5 to go, up 16. And it looks like Morrisville is spent. Pennell for three, it's going to be off. Rebound Anderson. She looks long to Kilmartin. No good from Kilmartin and just tired. Kilmartin and Anderson have given everything. But there's not a lot left in the tank. First miss, by the way, the last time from Pennell. And a foul on the play. Stover drew it. And we're under 3 minutes. And it's, for all intents and purposes, it seems that the Chargers have this game in control. More so from just watching that the body language of the Mustangs doesn't seem like there's a lot in the tank. Although checking back into the game is Charlotte Walker, and she sparked them throughout the game. Stover to inbounds. That was just the team's 4th foul, but a new set on the shot clock, and the Chargers can run some time. Smith holds back to Pinnell, and Apps at the scorer's table. Smith rebounds the Webster miss. Pinnell has it, no reset on the shot clock. Ball was kicked, and now they'll reset it. Apps comes in. Coach Vanderhoff has rode her starting 5 much of the second half, particularly here in the 4th quarter. Apps comes in for the first time, replacing Webster. 15 on the shot clock. Ball's into Apps. Stover open in the corner. Back to her. There's a drives in. Took another contact. Finds Apps. The ball's knocked out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Mustangs. I think they missed 2 or 3 fouls on that, but officials are allowed to make mistakes now that I'm no longer coaching. Duree handles, not in any sort of hurry, figuring that they're trailing by 16. Anderson drives hard, takes the contact, I believe, from Folger, and she'll shoot 2. Anderson is the one that seems to, whatever they're going to get back in this game, it's going to have to come from her. She hasn't missed from the free throw line, converted her first 4 attempts. We'll take numbers 5 and 6. And she converts the first.
Line shooting for the Mustangs, number 23, Jordan Anderson. Back in for the Chargers, number 11.
Quick breather for Webster. She's right back in the game, and Coach Vanderhoff not taking any chances with her starting 5, riding them as we go through. And I believe the Chargers take a timeout, just a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stay right here with 2:12 to go. The Chargers leading by 15. They'll face the winner of the SUNY Poly Gallaudet game that's going to follow. I believe before that, we'll have the awards presentations of the conference awards, all-conference team, the Coach of the Year, and some other awards that we presented following this first semifinal game. As you would expect for the number 1 seeded Chargers, a lot of hardware that's going to go in the trophy case individually. But the one they really won is the team one that they are just 2 minutes and 12 seconds away for having the opportunity to pursue tomorrow afternoon. Anderson to shoot the second of 2. She stays perfect from the line with 6 points. And surprisingly, the Mustangs do not show pressure. And if they don't do this, this game is over. They are still sitting in the 2-3 zone, a little bit of extension, but not anything that's going to cause any difficult. And now if they commit one, ball was tipped away. And they find Folger, ball's blocked out of bounds. But nice block, but with 4 on the shot clock, there's no way the Mustangs are going to win if they stay sitting in this zone. Stover to inbounds with 4 on the clock. Finds Pinnell. 3-pointer in the air from no good, and a shot clock violation. But it's not necessarily a bad position when you run 30 seconds off the clock with a 14-point lead.
Back in for the Mustangs, number 20, Caitlin Griffin.
It'll be interesting to see if the Mustangs start to foul and if they show some full court pressure. Stover has spent the game defending very well on Anderson and also knocked down 5 3-pointers of her own. Kilmartin drives in, good defense from Shawnee Smith. And the ball is thrown out of bounds, and with it may go the Mustangs' chances. I do believe that may be a softball recruit, although that was overhand, but it was a solid throw. And still, the Mustangs sit in the zone, and the Chargers will gladly take what they give them. They could literally run this shot clock down, and we'll be under a minute, even if they don't score. Morrisville with 56 points on the night, 8 short of their season average. Folger baseline jumper, and she's got 16 on the night. And the officials want to get themselves on the camera, so we're going to say a second shouldn't have run off the clock, and we're going to reset a little bit here. 58 seconds, Chargers by 16. Gilmartin to DeRee. These seniors, this will be the third trip for Aubrey Folger to the championship game. She's won one and lost one. And this team would love to go out on top in the conference, and they've spread the floor. The fans are on their feet, relatively quiet. But up 16, Stover from long range. Smith the rebound. She's fouled. And it's just a matter of running out the clock. She'll shoot free throws.
Fouls on the Mustangs, number 2, Caitlin DeRee. Her fourth.
DeRee picks up her fourth, but it's all academic right now.
The line shooting 2 for
The Chargers are going to advance to the final. They're going to meet the winner of the Gallaudet SUNY Poly game to follow after our awards presentation. Smith's been solid from the line. She knocks down another one.
Back in for the Mustangs, number 15, Charlotte Walker.
The Chargers with a 17-point lead. I can tell you, folks, it wasn't easy for a good stretch of time as they push it to 18. But they will definitely be moving on. Anderson is going to see Stover in her sleep tonight. Kilmartin drives in. They call a foul. Just under a tick under 21 seconds to go. Kilmartin will shoot 2, but they've done a great job tonight of controlling both Kilmartin and Anderson. Playing in her final game for the Mustangs is Caitlin Adams, a senior. Leading this team in a very good year, and unfortunately for them, it'll come up just one game short. You think about these seniors as they wrap up their careers and all the support they've had from their parents and family and friends for a lot of years. It's a lot of different emotions they feel as it wraps up. Morrisville is conceding it. The fans begin to rise to their feet. They'll count down inside of 10 seconds. Our final is going to be 74-58. The Lancaster Bible College Chargers women advance to tomorrow's championship game. It's been great being with you, and I look forward to being back with you again tomorrow. We're going to say goodnight for now, and I'm going to turn it back to Pete.
Great job, Josh. Thanks a lot for that. And yes, a 16-point victory for the LBC women tonight, and they'll face the winner of the next matchup coming up in just a little bit here after the ceremony. We'll take a little bit of a break. We'll be back in just a minute here at the Horst Athletic Center on the campus of Lancaster Bible College.
LBC Chargers Athletics is made possible in part by Kistler Tiffany Benefits, serving as LBC's preferred employee benefit firm. Headquartered in Berwyn, Pennsylvania, KTB offers a comprehensive suite of products and top-rated services in the areas of benefit administration, wellness, compliance, HR management, and voluntary benefits, designed to help meet clients' business and healthcare objectives. On the web at ktbenefits.com. By Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, with convenient office locations in Lancaster, Willow Street, Lebanon, and its Spooky Nook Sports Complex, offering complete, comprehensive orthopedic care, including physical therapy, hand therapy, MRI, and outpatient surgery. To learn more, visit online fixbones.com. By World Team, a church planting mission agency working among the world's least reached peoples, sharing the gospel through culturally relevant outreach, from medical care to arts to sports. More about World Team and opportunities to serve cross-culturally at us.worldteam.org. By Lancaster Toyota. For your next vehicle or for friendly service, stop in to see our friends on Enterprise Road in East Petersburg. Online at lancastertoyota.com.
Lancaster Toyota. Let's go places. By Pennsylvania Leadership Charter School, a cyber school for students in kindergarten through 12th grade who reside in Pennsylvania. The PALCS community digitally connects students and parents to Pennsylvania certified teachers and innovative curriculum. More information online at palcs.org. That's PALCS.org.
A freshman guard from Penn State Abington, Shayna Rodriguez. A junior guard from SUNY Cobleskill, Shelby Preston. And a junior guard from Penn College, Alicia Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015-16 third team all-conference selections. Big round of applause. We'll continue on with the second team all-conference selections. They include a junior guard from SUNY Polytechnic Institute, Stevie Ray. A senior guard from College of St. Elizabeth, Ashley Pledger. A senior guard from Penn State Abington, Janaea Elam. A senior guard from Lancaster Bible College, Katie Stover. A senior forward from SUNY Polytechnic Institute, Lauren Knowles. And a senior forward from SUNY Polytechnic Institute, Gina Gallo. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2015-16 second team all-conference team. Big round of applause. We'll continue on with our first team all-conference selections that include a junior guard from Morrisville State College, Jordan Anderson. A senior guard from Gallaudet University, Zamika Gage. A senior forward from Lancaster Bible College, Shanice Smith. A junior guard from Wells College, Ashita Cooper. A junior guard from Brenathan College, Christina Clark. And a senior forward from Lancaster Bible College, Aubrey Folger. Your 2015-16 first team all-conference selections. Congratulations. At this time, we would like to present the trophy to the 2015-16 NEAC North Division regular season champions, to the captains of SUNY Polytechnic Institute. And the championship trophy to the 2015-16 NEAC South Division regular season champion, to the captains of Lancaster Bible College. We have 3 more awards to hand out. The 2015-16 NEAC Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year award goes to a freshman guard from Penn State Abington, Shayna Rodriguez. She is unable to be here tonight. The 2015-16 NEAC Player of the Year, a repeat award winner, goes to senior forward from Lancaster Bible College, Aubrey Folger. And one final award, the 2015-16 NEAC Coach of the Year from Lancaster Bible College, Caitlin Vanderhoff. Congratulations to all of our award winners. Be sure and stick around. If you could stay off the playing surface, we're going to give the ladies a chance to warm up for the second semifinal with Gallaudet University and SUNY Polytechnic Institute.
So the LBC women advance, and that will be tomorrow at 2:30 in the afternoon for the women's game. They'll play the winner of this next game coming up, the second semifinal between SUNY Poly and also Gallaudet. That'll be starting here probably in another 18 to 20 minutes or so in that time frame. So we'll be back for that coming up in just a little bit. Well, we have an opportunity, I think, to check in with Coach Caitlin Vanderhoff. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. A lot of people down here.
Yeah, congratulations on the win, and then also as we have the traffic pulling through there. A great game, you guys. The defense was strong. It was pervasive throughout the game, and I think that paid off for you. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Defense was won us that game. That was, again, our focus coming in. Again, we knew that 2 players killed us last time, 23 and 24. Played really well against us the last game, so we really wanted to shut them down. And Katie Silver did an awesome job on 23 tonight.
Yeah, we're glad to see that Chrissy and also Aubrey performed well too with their recent activities and so on and off the court. But anyway, we want to congratulate you, congratulate the team as well. Looking ahead to the winner of this game that's coming up, that will be played between Poly and Gallaudet. What was the difference, do you think, between this time when you played Morrisville and the last game that they actually won on their home court?
Yeah, I think we're just a completely different team. I think that game versus Morrisville last time taught us a lot. It taught us a lot about ourselves, and really questioned if we wanted to keep fighting and how bad we wanted it. And the team responded since then. Obviously, they've been playing very well late, and they wanted to come out and do it tonight on their home court.
a good group of girls. You had several on the conference teams, and they just performed well throughout the year, and that was recognized by the NEAC coaches, and that was special to see that.
Yeah, it's definitely really neat when the players can recognize for their success and the hard work they put in season, but also in the off season. So it's really neat for LBC to have 4 players on that team.
Well, congratulations to you as well for winning Coach of the Year.
Thank you.
And we'll look forward to the game tomorrow.
Yep, sounds good. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you.
Coach. Coach Caitlin Vanderhoff with us for a few minutes. We appreciate that, and we'll probably close it out here in just a few minutes, and then get ready for the next game between the 2 women's teams that we mentioned, Gallaudet and also SUNY Poly, coming up here in just a little bit. Let's go to Zach Freeman. Looks like he's getting ready to don the headset, and he has, and we're going to see what happened on the statistical page there. Zach, a really well-fought game. LBC hung in there, and I think this time of year and also the pace of the game kind of wore Morrisville out.
Yeah, they played well, though, throughout the whole game. They withstood that first initial run by the Chargers and came back great in the second quarter, and it was close heading into the fourth, and just a little bit more for the Chargers. That could be some home floor stuff. That could be some didn't play yet this week stuff. But Lancaster Bible wanted to prove that they weren't the same team that went up there and lost earlier in the year, and obviously the 16th win in a row. They've obviously picked it up, and they haven't lost since they lost to Morrisville in mid-January there. So the 16 straight wins is a new program record for the Chargers, and obviously we'll wait and see what happens here. But the Chargers would love to make it 17 tomorrow, of course. So
yeah, what did you see on the page for both teams?
Sure. So 4 players in double figures for each team. Caitlin Griffin led Morrisville State with 14 points and 7 rebounds. Chipping in with 12 points each is Jordan Anderson, Haley Kilmartin. The 2 of them combined for 57 points the last time these 2 teams met.
Right.
Today they each had 12. They both played well today, but not like they played up in Morrisville earlier this season. But again, just like Josh was saying on the broadcast all the time, Jordan Anderson does so many things for their team. On both sides of the floor, just little things that maybe you can't see unless you're in person and you're watching for it. And Kilmartin, she played really well as well. They both went 10 of 10. They combined to go 10 of 10, from the free throw line, and did a great job keeping the Mustangs in it. Charlotte Walker was the final player in double figures. She had 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting. As a team, the Mustangs shot 36%. They were right in that range the whole entire game. They were 14 of 16 from the free throw line. For the Chargers, big games from Aubrey Folger, Katie Stover, Christy Pinnell, Shanice Smith. The 4 that make this thing go, they were making it go again. So Folger led the way with 21 points. She added 4 rebounds to go with 3 assists and 2 steals. Shanice Smith, 15 points, 19 rebounds. And then Christy Pinnell, 14 points on 5 of 6 shooting, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, and added 9 assists. Stover as well, 15 points, 5 3-pointers. The Chargers as a team shot 9 of 18 from 3-point range and 42% for the game, and also added a 15 of 19 for 79% mark from the free throw line. So certainly, like we said on the broadcast, those were definitely 2 of the 4 best teams in the conference, and if that game were a NEAC final, there wouldn't be any complaining about that. Those are 2 good teams there, and they showed it today.
Yeah, they did, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this next game.
Yeah,
this should be. I don't know if it's going to be equally close, but I know it's going to be a big fight.
Yeah, for sure. I think SUNY Poly might have a few more scoring options, but Gallaudet's one of their scoring options, Zanika Gage, she can pull 35, 40 on you if you're not looking, and if she gets going, they'll feed her all night. SUNY Poly, meanwhile, Gina Gallo, Stevie Ray, players like that, and Lauren Knowles, they've led them all season long, and if they get going too, you could see a big number put on their side of the scoreboard. So I believe the score in the regular season for these 2 teams, I believe SUNY Poly won 68-51. I can check that here right now for you, actually. Yeah, up at SUNY Poly, the Wildcats won 68-51. So we'll see if something like that transpires again, or Gage went off for over 30 the other night against Bryn Athyn in the NEAC quarterfinal. So we'll have to wait and see what this game brings. But I think you're right. I think these 2 teams are hungry to advance. Gallaudet would love another shot to play Lancaster Bible after losing twice in the regular season. And SUNY Poly has one loss in NEAC play and one loss in the second semester, and that is to Lancaster Bible College right here on this floor. So, I think SUNY Poly was rooting a little bit there for Morrisville State, but I think deep down, if you ask them, I think they'd want another crack at the Chargers to try to avenge that regular season loss they had to Lancaster Bible. So we'll see how it goes. It's nice to see the SUNY Poly men's team still here. They're going to sit front row for this one. So down where the LBC students normally sit, there's obviously plenty of seats available for this game, not featuring the Chargers. So be nice to see. Should be a good atmosphere. I'm sure the Gallaudet men are around as well, just about ready to come in. So looking forward to it. Our last one of the day. It's been a great day of basketball. There's been close games. There's been great scoring runs. There's been good defense. I feel like in all three of the games, the best players played the best basketball, and I think that's what we're shooting for here at the end of the season.
And the last time the Chargers, men and women, both played in the final?
Yeah, so that was 2013-14. We were trying not to think about it because it didn't end well. But 2013-14, both Lancaster Bible teams hosted the NEAC final, and both advanced to the NEAC final, I should say. They hosted the Final Four, and that day the men lost to Morrisville State. Morrisville State was better than us, but we actually were able to host because we had beaten them in the regular season, or split with them, and then we won the tiebreaker or something like that. But they went on to go to the Sweet 16 then, I think. So they had a good team that year, and the women were upset by Wells. That was the first year of Shanice, Katie, and Aubrey playing together, and they had done a great job in the regular season. And I think, no offense to Wells that day, but that was kind of an afterthought that we were going to beat them. And they came out. They had a girl, Ashley Roser, at the time, and she ran us up and down the floor, and that was the end of that. So that was a disappointing day, but tomorrow we'll get to try to rectify that. So looking forward to it. It was a great day. The baseball team, who was not here today because they were playing a doubleheader in Hood, which they split. They won game 1 and lost game 2, but they will be here tomorrow, and they're already tweeting stuff out about tomorrow's game, and we're all wearing red, and it's going to be a great day. So
all right, that game 12:30 tomorrow for the LBC men, and 2:30 tomorrow for LBC women.
You bet.
All right, hey, thanks, Zach.
Thanks,
all right, we'll see you in a bit.
Yep.
Okay, Zach Freeman with us here as we close out this particular coverage of LBC women's basketball. Again, we'll have the game for you coming up in just a minute between Gallaudet women and also SUNY Poly as well. That'll be just ahead. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back in just a little while.